Hey everyone, welcome back to Sherry's Home Studio. I know it's been a while, but life has been happening and a few adventures that I've gone on, so I haven't been down in the studio like I have wanted to. But recently I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and it was of art journaling. And before my accident back in 2004, I was doing a art journal, a year in art journaling, and I started it in 2024. It did not finish in October of 2025. This was supposed to be a year's worth of art journaling. Instead, I had an accident and I wasn't able to complete my journal, and I ended up stopping. But if you'd like to look through this, and what made me break this out and what made me want to start again was I watched a couple of videos, and the ladies, there was this collaboration. They were sending this art journal, an art journal, around to, I think, 23, 24, 25, something like that, people. And each person did something different in this journal. And I just thought that was so neat. Well, when it got to a certain one, it was falling apart. And that made me think about this journal. Mine completely fell apart. And I wanted it to stay whole, but it fell apart. When glued pages are glued pages, they do fall apart if they're overstuffed. And this was overstuffed. And by no means was this notebook a art journal like was made for. This one was made for writing, but I loved it because of this red hardcover. I loved it because of the red hardcover, and that's why I used it. And then during this art journaling project, there was several of us that was going to do it together, and there's like 5 of us. But again, I had an accident and it did not work out that way. But this was a year in art journaling, and then I started with my doodle page and my leftover page. This was something that was drawn for me. And then I did my introduction. November 2025 is when, then it was a countdown. And then each page, let me slide you, let's see, let's go to this side so you can see it better. There we go. Can you see everything in there? And these just doodle pages. And then I cut out things, attach things that I liked. I was just getting started. A little note, you can do it. And then I watched Treasure Books, and she made these cute little pockets, so I tried it and I stuck it there. This was just a mosaic, and then I colored and continued it on. The little flowers. And then my Haku Matata page, because I found these cute little stickers at the Dollar Tree. So I did one page with that. And it's just whatever you created and can make for yourself. Instead of the lady in the shoe, I did the little tree trunk, a little window, a bicycle on the outside. Then we were getting into Halloween in October. This was 9/27 when I did this one. It's just a little black magic. Little, I don't know what you want to call it, goth, Halloweeny, and just some stuff that I had picked up at Michael's. Alright. And I was really enjoying doing this. Just a boo page. The black cat. And then I tried my hand at embossing around the edge, which didn't turn out great, but didn't turn out bad. I was learning. Little spooky Christmas tree. Then I had a 12 by 12 pumpkin, so I stuck that in there and decorated it up. Then the potion page, different little things. And then I tried my hand at glitter on there, and it worked out really well. I like this one. It's one of my favorites. It's like supposed to be a spooky room in a house. And then I did a spider web. Can you? I don't really think you can see that, but let's see if I can bring it down to it. It's a spider web right in here. Let's go this way. Here we go. Anyway, there's a spider web on there, and I can't get you down close enough for you to see it. It is really fine. It is real silk thread. It was really pretty. And then this was a busy page. And then if you open the window, looking in, there's me and my hubby. Then the little witch, she is sitting in her window looking out over the scenery. Then my kitty cats, all my babies. These are my babies. And I have to say, I think this is my favorite. I just added some glue. I decorated the page. It turned out really, really good. I'm really happy with this one. A music sheet. Pumpkins. Let's see. Just fall. More fall. Then just simple butterfly. And then my book broke. So I added this page here. This part here. And then I folded it over. And then I glued it together. Now this is before I knew anything. Because then I thought I'm going to keep it in the book. And then I had one more page. This was done on 12/1. And that was the end of this book, because on 12/7 is when I fell and got hurt. And I was down for good. For over a year. But this is the back cover. But it fell apart. Alright. So while I was out bed resting, I watched all kinds of videos. Because I didn't watch anything much on TV. And then I watched how to do bookbinding. And I thought, well, I can do that. Make journals and whatever. So we're going to make this at the end. I'm going to turn this into a really pretty journal. And then I started with this notebook, because I had really forgot about this one. January 2026. I thought I'd pick up the art journaling in a year. And, when I pick it up, just paint on it. So I started it again. Was watching, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, and just started doing a little at a time. And then I watched one from Carrie Griffiths. He done the honeycomb shape. And I watched him not long ago, and I just finished this one on May 8th, just recently. And I really love how mine turned out. It really turned out really, really nice. I like that. And so I made a pattern. Like he explained to make your own pattern, which I did. And then the honeycomb pattern. And then I made a square one, so I can continue on doing like grid painting to help me do something every day or not every day, because we have a life. Life happens. And so that's what we did. So that's what I did. And a friend of mine and me came up with this thing called Petty Betty's Palette Pull. So every month we're going to come up with 3 colors, and we're going to work on those colors during that month. Mine was buttercream yellow, soft petal pink, and slate blue. That was the colors we're going to come up with, and I'm going to work in this book again. But I watched, like I said, I watched a video the other day, and if I can remember the name of it, I will link it below in my description, because I like to give credit where credit is due. This isn't quite dry. Something's still sticking, so I'm going to set this to the side, and so it can still dry without me touching it, and the tissue not getting stuck to it. Okay, so I want to keep working in this one also, because I really do love this, and I would like to make this a big art journal just for me. But I cannot find the pages that originally were in this book, and they are not art paper, mixed media paper. So I decided I'm going to make my own pages to put in here, and then I'm going to bookbind it. And so I decided to make my own spreads, where I will work on this part of the page, and then when it's dry, I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to stick it in the back, and then let it grow, let this book grow. And then when it's as big as I want it, you know, it might even be this big. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to let this book grow because it's my treasure. But I thought maybe I'd bring you along for you to see what I was doing. And I will throw videos in from here and there of me making stuff. Like, I really want to do the honeycomb again, but I think I'll do it on this sheet here. I think it'll turn out nice. But this is water mixed media paper, loose leaf paper. And I will link this paper in my description also, because I think it's pretty neat. I already made one. I made that one, and I thought I would show you how I made it. So I needed 2 sheets. There's 2 sides to this. There's a it's like a slick side, and then the bubbly side, like for the mixed media. So it would go like this, but this was too big, so I needed to fix it. And I already measured everything out. For one sheet, because I'm going to do the hinged, because I want it connected, is 20 centimeters. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to measure 20 centimeters. Because that's where I need to fold. What did I do with my pencil? Okay, here it is. That's where I need to fold my marking at. And we're going to flip it this way because I don't want to write on the other side. So let's do it like that. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, line her up, mark 20. Okay, because then I'll line it up in my thing. And then on the second sheet, look, I'm not good at reading a ruler. And if you are, more power to you. I don't know what all those little lines mean, and I cannot remember. But on my demo piece, when I measured it after I got done, it was 2 lines under the 20. So that's 19 and something. Yeah, I'm that person who cannot read a ruler. So I'm just going to put right here, because that's where I need to cut. So we need to cut this one and score this one. So we're cutting it. Stick it in here. Line it up. Fold it down. It's on the line. Make sure it's nice and even. Cut it away. Pull away. Alright, bring that back up here. Now with this one, I'm going to stick this up under here. We're going to line her up too, just like we did the other one. Okay, can you see everything okay? Let's come back out. That's it. That's as far as you can come. Alright, so we got it in my thing. Oh, well, we could do it this way, Sherry. Come on now, girl. There we go. Right, line her up. Make sure it's all down and even. Take my scoring tool, and I'm just going to rub it on that cut line on the machine. Just like that. Okay. Let's lift it, take it out. Okay. Then we're just going to fold it over. Like that. Take my bone tool. Push it down. Then I have this one. Make sure I have the right side to the right side. Open this back up. And I know this probably ain't the proper glue either, but it's what I have on my desk. And this is the Liquid Fusion. This is more for my beadwork, but it was sitting right here. And to be honest, I don't know where my art glitter glue is, so it is what it is. As long as it holds it. I think this stuff's it's really, really thick. Alright, so then we'll take this. I'm going to line it up like this. And bring it down just a smidge this way. Alright, and fold over. Wipe off my, wipe off my stick because it looks like it's got something on it. Always when you're filming, something always shows up. Okay. And we're going to take it, push it down, and push it down. I'll take my little, wipe up the corners of the glue. There we go. And now I have another spread. So now I can work on this on my desk. When after it's dry and everything, I can put it back in my notebook, and after I have, I don't know how many ever, I can then make the whole journal. But I just thought I'd bring you along on that. So then I'd have two, and then when I go to bind it, put them together, then glue it all together, and then stick it in my book. So I will glue these into the book. But that's how I made my little spreads, and I just thought I'd share it. It's nothing very major, and if anyone else needed to learn how to make a spread, that would be a good way. If you wanted to make signatures and your sheets weren't big enough, you could do it like that too. And then you could, sew them in. Do 5, make it a little section. But I wanted it separate like that so that when I go to paint, I can lay this on my desk, and then I can do what I want. Alright, well, I appreciate you coming along. When I make another one, I will post, not another one of these, but when I decide to start working on them and being able to add them into my notebooks, into these books, as part of this beautiful art journal. I just love this one with the spider web. And that one. Got the little silverware here. But anyhow, then I'll just tack them in, and then I can set this on my coffee table. They can look at some of my artwork. Yep. So, alright, well, thank you for coming along. I really appreciate it. And I will see you on my next video. Alright, bye guys. Where creativity goes.